It's been called one of the most exciting bakeries in the nation. Known for their crack pie, birthday cake, and compost cookies, Momofuku Milk Bar puts a playful twist on traditional American desserts. And today, we're in New York City to learn how to make their seasonal creation, German chocolate Jimbo cake. Join us on Get the Dish, where we find out the secrets behind signature dishes from famous chefs and eateries and show you how to recreate them at home. I'm here with owner and founder of Momofuku Milk Bar, Chef Christina Tosi. Christina, we are so excited to be here today.
I'm so excited to bake with you today.
Okay, tell us what we're making.
So we're making the German chocolate Jimbo. It's a layer cake that we made about a year ago for our friend, the editor-in-chief of GQ magazine, and he tasked us with sort of coming up with Milk Bar's take on the German chocolate cake, which was his favorite cake.
All right, well, let's jump right into it, because I know that this cake has a lot of iconic elements that we love about Momofuku Milk Bar. What's the first thing we're gonna do?
So the first thing we're gonna do is, in my opinion, the most iconic Milk Bar filling. It is our crack pie, which is a gooey, buttery, sugary pie that we make and sell by the slice. And we're gonna whip the filling up into a cake layer. So it starts in a stand mixer with some dry ingredients. Okay. Light brown sugar and regular sugar go into the stand mixer. And then some milk powder, non-fat milk powder, corn powder, and salt. This is gonna sort of season the crack pie filling. It's also gonna help thicken the filling. So vanilla goes into the mixer, and this unsalted European style butter goes in.
All right, so now we're gonna just mix this up.
Yes, so the dry ingredients go into a stand mixer. I started on a low speed. The crack pie is all about dense and gooey, so we keep the filling mixed on the lowest speed possible of a stand mixer. The heavy cream and the egg yolks just mix around with the other ingredients for the crack pie filling, just until it comes together. I'm gonna stream in some heavy cream, not for the faint of heart, and I'm gonna have you stream in some egg yolks as well. This is how we're gonna really get a ton of richness into the sort of gooey, buttery crack pie filling.
Well, I think what I love about the Jimbo chocolate cake already is that when you order it, you're getting a couple of the components. So it's like if you can't decide, should I get the cracked pie, should I get this, should I get that, just get the Jimbo chocolate cake.
It's a great Milk Bar sampler.
Yeah.
We usually bake 48 quarts of this crack pie into these oat cookie crusts just for the crack, just
That's
to
a lot
meet
of crack.
the crack pie.
The crack pie addiction that New York has.
Yes, it's severe. So we're gonna pop this filling into the oven. We're gonna bake it slow and low just until it firms up and gets really gooey. It also smells like a buttery heaven in your kitchen, so you will not forget to take it out. You'll know when it's done. And we'll run this over to the oven.
Great.
So this is our crack pie filling that came out of the oven. My favorite part, it's super thick and viscous. Look at how shiny it is.
Yes.
I mean, it's like liquid gold. But we're gonna take it another step further. We're going to add our shredded flaked coconut. I'm gonna let you.
This is really where that German chocolate component
yes,
comes in
like
with the coconut.
this is very true to a classic German chocolate cake. I like to fold in a little at a time.
Okay.
And we make all of these elements ahead of time. So we typically make this coconut crack filling a day or two before we're actually gonna go and layer the cake. Because layering the cake is just as fun as mixing the crack pie filling. So we break it up into a few days. It's not meant to be, you know, making cake is not meant to be the stressful experience.
Like a full-time job.
No, well, it's my full-time job. It's time for the pecan crunch. So I love the sort of whole roasted pecans in a German chocolate cake, but for me, that seems too straightforward and too simple. So I gotta deconstruct it.
That's what she does.
For me, I love toasted nuts. You get the nutty nuance of a nut even more so when you toast it.
Right.
So we
brings out all the flavor.
It brings out all the flavor. So we take pecan pieces, which are less expensive. You don't have to splurge on the really fancy whole pieces. We roast them in the oven just until that sort of nutty aroma comes out. And then we grind them down in a food processor with a little bit of grapeseed oil. Canola oil, vegetable oil, anything that's flavorless and colorless is great.
So it's like we're making a pecan butter.
Exactly. We're making a pecan butter like you'd make a peanut butter and almond butter. So our pecan butter is nice and liquid.
That is so cool that you can make pecan butter at home.
I love it.
Even this step you could just use.
You could just dip your apple in there and go, spread it on your sandwich. But we're gonna make it into a cake layer today.
Great.
So I'm gonna have you help me scrape some of this out. so good. It smells
This
amazing.
smells so good. I feel like I'm at the fair, like those roasted nuts.
All right, the pecan butter's in the bowl. So we're gonna season this pecan butter with a little sugar and a little salt just to sharpen the edges.
Okay.
We use a little light brown sugar. I'm gonna pour it in so you can help me mix it around. A little bit of salt. We use salt in almost every recipe that we have. I think salt really brings out a depth of flavor, and it's less about it being salty sweet and playing off that riff, and it's more about seasoning something so the sharpness of the flavor really comes out, especially with nuts. We want this layer to be our textural layer. So I'm gonna have you add some feuilletine. Feuilletine is like this fancy French textural element. It's sort of like really thin layers of crepe that's broken down. It's really easy to substitute at home with like Rice Krispies or Corn Flakes. If you think about,
that would be
you want that really nice, like,
you're looking for the texture.
You're looking for the texture.
This cake has so much character because we just made the creamy coconut filling. This has the crunch. We still have the cake, the frosting,
the soak.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so filling's made. We're gonna put it to the side and we're gonna get to layering it.
Okay, let's make this cake.
All right, girl.
Okay.
It's time to layer this layer cake.
Everything's about to happen.
Everything's about to happen. So the layer cake process is super simple. We're gonna go cake, chocolate cake. We're gonna do a chocolate malt soak to keep that cake nice and moist. We're gonna do a layer of our coconut crack filling. We're gonna do our textural layer of pecan crunch. And then we're gonna do our German chocolate frosting.
And then do it again.
Do it again, and then top it off.
Okay.
Super simple.
I am dying to dig right in. This cake looks fantastic.
Should you go first? Should I go first?
I don't even know which part. I guess we get every
layer.
layer.
Get it, girl.
Okay.
Get every layer.
Okay.
We did this together.
Oh my God.
What do you think?
That's
Can you
incredible.
taste the deconstruction?
Can I taste it? Everything. I mean, if you don't like German chocolate cake, you will love this cake. I gotta take another one. Chef, you are incredible. Thank you so much for having us.
I had a blast. You have to come back so we can make another one of our layer cakes.
I can't wait. And thank you for watching. I'm Brandy, and we'll see you next time we get the dish on Pop Sugar.